the West.
I'm Jim Sawgrass, don't forget my last name.com. I'll be representing, telling stories of tribes right here in the eastern United States. Let's hear for the Eastern Woodlands.
Well, my name's Henry, and I'll be telling the stories of the tribes that lived west of the Mississippi River, tribes along the Great Plains. Let's hear it for the West.
Now, the point of our program is to share that there's lots of differences of Native people in the East, the West, actually in the North and South as well. But out West, they lived a whole lot different than tribes here in the East. And you know, one of the most common misconceptions about Native people is that they're all the same. There's actually a lot of tribes, huh?
Yeah, that's right. There are 574 federally recognized tribes here today in the United States. That's not counting Canada, that's not counting Mexico, or South America, or the tribes that were here before the trading post arrived.
That's right. Here in Florida, there was tribes long before the Seminoles today. Tribes like these were the ones here when the Spanish arrived. The ones that didn't die away joined other tribes, became today's modern people, the Seminoles. Along with runaway slaves as well. The people of the old tribes, today all we find is what they left behind. Their sites, their artifacts and such. Florida was a vast land and lots of tribes lived here long ago. Today only about 1/3 of the original population still exists of the people here. Today our purpose of our show is to show you some of the differences, like our houses. A lot of times television makes you think you all lived in teepees. Tribes here never lived in teepees, did they?
No. But tribes along the Great Plains, they did live in teepees. And each tribe had a different name for it. But today we all know it as a teepee. The teepee has that cone-like structure designed for it, like those ones over there. For the wind, like a windy day today, the wind just goes right around it and doesn't push over that home. It has an opening up top there for the smoke from your fire, so it doesn't build up inside of your teepee. It just goes right out through the top. The teepee, it's meant to be packed down like your mobile home, move wherever you want it to go, always on the move. Following the buffalo, that's how the tribes out west lived long ago. At first, the homes would be made out of that buffalo skin. Check out that buffalo skin right behind me, hanging up. But
Wow.
later on, when the covered wagon showed up, we started getting the canvas and made it a lot more lighter to transport our teepees. The ones that you see today are made of the canvas. Always on the move, following the buffalo. That's how the tribe survived.
Different. Yes, we did have buffalo here, but the tribes were more fishermen and farmers. And occasionally we would hunt a buffalo. This is a fish trap made out of reeds. We would take it to the creek and lay it where the reed fences guided the fish right in. When the sharp spikes facing in kept them in there, no way out, the fishermen carried them back full of fish. This is only a little one. We've got more fishing equipment right there. Traps and spears, nets would be made out of woven grasses and mosses and such. And long ago, that's what the people would have had. They used what they had around them. In the East, we lived by rivers. That's how people traveled. Houses were very large and sometimes mound structures. Mound structures indicate cities long ago. These cities were places where people carried things from their lands and traded them far away. From the East, we carried shells. From the South here, we also used shark's teeth and exotic bird feathers as things we could trade. These cities were places where many tribes and many people would come, and lots of big houses. This one's made of palm leaves. It's only a miniature. Some of them are giant, bigger than that teepee. In the northern United States, there is no palm leaves. There they would take the bark peeled from the trees. Some of the bark could get folded up into buckets, just like you see there. And some of them, well, they could add handles like that. Check this one out. That's got compartments inside. Look at there.
Wow.
That's the original Gucci.
Nice.
Long ago, people used what was around them, whether it was the bark of the trees or the palm leaves. Everyone say chicky.
Chicky.
That's how the Seminoles say house here in Florida, chicky. You see, farming was the way of living here in the East. Fishing as well. Communities grew corn, beans, and squash, the three sisters. And you can see all the farming equipment I've got right here for planting. Lots of foods we eat this time of year are foods that native communities were growing in their gardens, using tools just like the one you see right there. How you like that one? That's made out of a flint. Or how about this one? Made out of a shoulder bone. of a bison. You see, I told you we had buffalo here in
yeah?
the east. Yep.
Wow.
Well, all over the place, native people did share things that were similar, like hunting. When we killed the animal, nothing got thrown away. The meat, the bones, they were used. Tell them what we use the skin for.
Out west, well, tribes, they would use the buffalo's horn to make many different things like spoons, maybe a spear point would be made out of that buffalo's horn. If they took that buffalo skin and they took the hair off of it and rubbed the brains all over that buffalo skin, it becomes some of the softest skin you can ever touch, being made into things like clothing. And that is what we call brain tanning. Everybody say that, brain tanning.
Brain tanning.
Brain tanning. I'll leave here for you some of the softest leather you could ever touch. Don't worry, the brains aren't on here anymore. If you leave that animal skin out in the sun to dry, it becomes something else. Everybody say rawhide.
Rawhide.
Rawhide could be made into different things. This right here, as you see, it's not very flexible. But when you add water, you allow it to reshape itself and be made into many different things. Check out this envelope right here, made out of rawhide. There's some boxes inside of the teepee that would have also been made out of rawhide, and even this bucket here made out of rawhide as well. Rawhide could also be made into things like the sling that I've got right here. This would be used to get birds and squirrels out of the trees and out of the sky as they flew around.
Maybe we'll leave the animal. Animal hair might be used to disguise a fish hook carved out of a deer's toe bone. Maybe we'll use that animal hair to make a headdress like the one I'm wearing today, made of the hair of a deer and the beard of a boy turkey. Animal hairs. The fat of the animals become oil. Oil for cooking our food so we don't burn it. Oil for rubbing in the skin, for lotions. Oils for soaps. Oils for making candles. That candle is made from the fat of a deer. The point of killing a bear wasn't so much for the bear's claws, it was mainly for the bear's fat. The fat of the bear makes oil for flavoring the food. It was so valuable, it could be traded from one tribe to the other. The animal's bones. A deer leg bone could be broken and scraped on a rock and turned into all kinds of stuff, like picks and arrow points and sewing needles and hairpins. Anybody want to get an ear piercing today?
I'm good, thanks.
Well, meet me out behind the trading post and bring your wallet. Bones. What about the animal's tendons? Everyone say tendons.
Tendons.
The tendons of the animal's body hold muscles to bone. That's the back of the deer's body, the tendon, soaked in water, very stringy. When wet, it stretches. When dries, it tightens. It's perfect to tie things together. The toenails, boiled down and melted into glue. We could also use them as rattles. In traditional dances, we didn't have bells. That's something later. Inside the toenails, a sharp little bone, perfectly shaped for an arrowhead. And tying it on, the tendon. You see how we didn't waste anything? Nothing got wasted, even the guts. We use that for bait to catch alligators and such.
Wow. Well, it would be things like that animal's stomach, or big pieces of rawhide could be made into cooking pots. The way our cooking pots would work, so we would dig holes, lay these out on the ground. Digging out those holes, allowing water to flex it into that hole shape. We keep that water in there, taking hot rocks from a fire, you can put them in that water, and eventually it'll start to boil. And as it starts to boil, you can put your meats in there, allowing it to cook your food. If we decide to smoke our food out over a fire on the smoke racks with use of smoke and the sunlight, we can keep them in pouches like this when we weren't hungry. Check out my lunchbox right here.
Looks like somebody sat on your sandwich. I think your buffalo did it. By the way, to keep food from rotting, one of the ways to do that was smoking the meat. Once the meat has been smoked, the flavoring of the smoke into the meat makes it jerky, and then we'll store it. The word barbecue is actually a native word of the island tribe that Columbus met, barbacoa. But all over the East, people learned to smoke meat. The vegetables, we use the sun. The sun will dry it and make it hard. Once they're hard, we can store it. Everyone say gourds.
Gourds.
Nature's containers right here, all over the world. people used them. Some were for holding food, some were for holding water, some were floats for fishing, for following a spear that just had been speared into a fish. Once the food is in there, we got to keep it dry. We're going to make sap from the pine trees into glue. That pine tree sap could be mixed with the ground charcoal of the fire with heat and make a lava type glue. You don't touch it with a finger, instead a stick to put it on whatever we want to put it. And that glue is very hard when dry. And so the glue would seal this food, keeping it dry, making it last up to 6 months, a magic time of the year from the old garden in the fall till the new garden in the late spring, 6 months. That time in between, we're eating dried food. We have to rehydrate with water. We're also eating fresh deer meat because that is hunting season. No one hunts in the summer when it's too hot, too many mosquitoes, too many ticks. We wait till the winter, when after the frost kills these animals and also kills the parasites in many of the small animals. The laws of nature, we had to know what time of year to eat certain things, what time of year to hunt and when not to. And so preserving the foods was very important. It kept it from rotting. It kept the village and allowed us to grow bigger and bigger.
Wow. Are you guys ready to see some of our tools?
Yeah, tools.
And watch the TV tribe.
No, nobody wants to do that.
No.
Are you guys ready to see our tools?
Yeah.
Alright,
Woohoo!
everybody say flint napping.
Flint napping.
Flint napping is the art of breaking two rocks together in order to make our arrowhead. First, you start off with big hammerstones, and as you break on those rocks, pieces of them will fall off. And as those pieces fall off, you pick up the good ones, and using the deer's antler, you start applying pressure of that deer's antler to get the shape and fully start shaping it into your arrowhead. By the time you're done with it, it'll look a little something just like this arrowhead I have right here. And with those use of those arrowheads, you can make them into many different things. Things like our knives could be one of those things.
All over the world, people made rocks into tools. These arrowheads you find in your yards, those are treasures from people of long ago times before you. Where you live today, the native people lived for thousands of years, and they left things behind. And there's not a spot you can go to that they haven't already been. Their history doesn't go 500 years. It goes thousands of years, and the evidence is everywhere. If you do find an arrowhead, make sure you mark where it was from and put it somewhere safe where it won't get destroyed. Okay? The native people left them behind. Long ago, all of our ancestors broke rocks. In this area, the native tribes like the Calusa, and here in this area, the Ayes and the Timucua would have used rocks like cherts and flints or coral from Florida. These are coral knives with blades made of deer bones and jaw bones of an alligator. And of course, the most common knife was actually shells. Shells were everywhere in Florida. And of course, they're already sharp. And so this is what knives would look like back long, long ago.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, check out some of my knives right here. We have things like that buffalo's horn again to be made into our own knives right here. But out west, we have a very unique and special type of rock that comes from the volcanoes. When that volcano erupts and the lava comes out and it cools down and it hardens, it becomes a rock we all call obsidian. Obsidian, once you get it cooled down, you can break on it and it breaks very easily and it becomes very, very sharp. Sharper than our metal knives today. And so obsidian became a very popular rock to use because of how easy it was to break and shape and how sharp it could get.
Well, we didn't have obsidian here as well. In the East, we also took those rocks and broke them and made stone axes. Everybody say tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
Some of them were made of stones, and yet some of them were made out of shells, like the one I have right here. There's my stone one up here. But if I use either one of them, it doesn't matter. If I hit a hard piece of wood, they would break. They're not meant to be used by themselves. They're meant to be used with the help and aid of fire. Fire would be burning the wood first to soften it, easing it, the chopping on these tools. Once I start hitting hardwood again, we stop chopping and scrape the coals there again and burn it again. Anything made of wood was done with tomahawks most likely, but with the help of fire. If I want to take down a tree, we don't even need to chop on it. We scrape some coals up, lay it on what side of the tree we want it to fall to, the coals down by the roots. To keep the fire from spreading up the trunk, mud and clay will get plastered as high as I can reach. And this will keep the fire from spreading up. And then I'm going to grab my blowgun and I'm going to blow my air just like a torch into the coals, and we'll burn a cave right out of the bottom of the tree. And that is how people would take down trees and make things out of wood using fire and tomahawks.
Are you guys ready to see the drills?
Yeah.
Alrighty. The first drill goes all the way back to the beginning of humanity. In fact, everybody carries it with them today. Put your hands together, rub back and forth. That's the oldest drill right there, the hand drill. Taking a round piece of wood, you drill back and forth, and that's your drill. But the drill that comes after that, everybody say bow drill.
Bone drill.
The bow drill, mine here, is made out of the buffalo's rib bone with a string going across it. I can take that round piece of wood now and I could wrap it around that string going across, and I could drill my holes by going back and forth with that buffalo's rib bone. This is how we would start fires long ago as well, rubbing our hands together, but later on we decided to upgrade and get the bow drill. But about 2,000 years ago, another drill came along. Everybody say pump drill.
Bone drill.
The pump drill here, the way that this works is that it takes that round piece of wood, and now it takes some deer skin made into string, and all I have to do is push down and let go, and it'll do all the spinning for me. Check it out.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
My drill here is the first Black & Decker drill, but he's got the Milwaukee drill right there because he can change out the bits.
That's right, check this out. Everybody say socketing.
Socketing.
Socketing is ancient. It goes back all over the world with cave people even. And so putting things together like that, socketing, things can come apart. It's how we might drill into shells and make beautiful wampum or beads or carvings like the ones you see right there. And as you see the drawings there, you'll see them shells being worn.
Weapons.
3 people?
You guys want to see the weapons?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's more like it. Next time, just say so the first time. All right, now the weapons, of course, changed a lot over time. And the first weapons go back to the earliest people of the world, like this beating stick right there. I like to call it the old noggin knocker. That striker there being the last thing you ever see in the world. Imagine that. As time went on, people learned to add things to these sticks and make them better, like the shark's teeth you see on there. Now, that's not just something I made up. That's a copy of one found in the site of the Calusa. Everybody say Calusa.
Calusa.
That's a South Florida tribe. And by the way, they're the ones that killed old Ponce de Leon. Yeah. I guess that's what you get for changing the name of our land, huh?
Yeah. Would be the stabbing spear. Everybody say that, stabbing spear.
Stabbing spear.
The stabbing spear is a sharpened stick used for running up on that woolly mammoth and stabbing him over and over until eventually he fell over. Sometimes our goal wasn't to push him until he fell over. Sometimes it would just be to push him off of a cliff, poke him, make him go into a certain direction. We learned over time that this stick could get stuck inside of that woolly mammoth, and then that leads him to stomping on us. And so, with the idea of socketing, or putting a bit onto our spear point, now we can run up on that woolly mammoth and we can stab him, and this part comes out. If I carry a pouch of these, I can add another one, and I can stab him again. Now hunting is a lot more safer because I can run away when he wants to step on me.
Well, instead of running up and stabbing, people learned how to do what? Throw. Makes sense, right? When everyone seen arrows flying over their head, they went, why didn't I think of that? All over the world it began to spread. When arrows started flying, people made them a lot lighter. Reeds, like the river cane, feathers allowed arrows to fly straight, and arrow points were much smaller. When that hits the big game, like the woolly mammoth, this would sink, this would pop off, and the hunter would take off following the animal after he picked this up and reloaded. We're going to chase the animal and hit him many times this day. One arrow don't kill such a big animal. In the Ice Age, throwing spears. But to make the arm longer, we need the stick. This stick I'm going to show you here, everybody say, addle, addle.
Addle.
The addle-addle's a throwing stick. It's a hook, and that hook fits right on the back of the arrow. See how it fits? Now, all over the world, people had addle-addles, or long arms. And as they threw, they became extensions. And during that archaic period, this was the weapon. As time went on, people made them better. They took that stick and made it bend, carving on it, some tied stones on it. But bending the wood allowed us to advance to our next weapon. At the end of the Ice Age, a new stick that bends. Anybody know what it's called?
Bow and arrow. Bow.
That's right. The next weapon would be the bow. Check out my bow right here.
Nice.
Yeah. This is the short bow. The short bow became very popular out west, especially when we started riding on horseback out there, because the short bow would be very easy to go from one side of the horse to the other side of the horse without taking out that horse's neck. And so we would use the short bow in order to go from one side of that horse to the other when we're on that buffalo hunt. With that buffalo, he likes to make quick turns. We had to be ready to go from one side to the other at a moment's notice, and the short bow helped us out a lot. The short bow, we learned, could go up to 300 yards when shooting our arrows, and so with the invention of the bow, our arrows also got a lot shorter. Check out my arrows made out of flint and obsidian right here.
We saw them when Ponce de Leon left them behind, so when he came back, they would be here for him. These horses we called the big dog, but eventually we learned to use them too, but not as early as the tribes in the West. Our bows were long bows. No one hunted on the back of a horse through the woods. Good way to get knocked off your horse. The best shooter in the village would be wearing a deer's coat on their back. The face of the deer would be made into a mask, and it would allow the hunter to get in very close with his bow and his arrows and get a good shot. The longbow was tall as the person who carried it, used in the East. Many of them were made of the toughest wood of the forest, hickory, but a lot of other woods were used too. The arrow shafts were usually river reeds or river canes.
Nice.
As our hunters dressed like this, young boys just earning their way lined up in the woods with their bows and arrows and drove the deer into the spot where the best shooter was waiting to make the kill. Now, I'd like to shoot these arrows for you, but they're a little bit too dangerous today. But would you like us to shoot some arrows today?
Yeah.
You don't sound like you do.
Yeah.
What do you think, Eric Comanche?
Yeah, I think so, but don't worry, I got you covered.
You got me covered?
Yeah, I went to this new trading post. I think
Oh
they
yeah,
call it,
right there?
No, I think they call it Walmart.
Walmart?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, Walmart, they got all sorts of arrows.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, some arrows we can shoot here today.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it. You guys want to see the arrows?
Yeah.
Okay, what we're going to do today, we are going to shoot the arrows for you and throw the spears, and I'm even going to shoot the blowgun. And so if you'd like to see this part of our show, this is where we all get up and we walk over there to where that Spanish flag is. Yep, that represents the conquistadors. And we're going to shoot right over and shoot the arrows for you today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you over there. Darts are. Well, that's not true. Tribes in the southeast use blowguns. Cherokees,
Can I squeeze by you?
Choctaws,
Thank you.
Chickasaws, Creeks. Many tribes have blowguns. And so let's see how blowguns work. The darts are made out of thistle, cotton, deer hair, and bird down. I've got one loaded in there. The river cane has been hollowed with a skinny stick and a little tiny arrowhead, and using that hand drill method, they made it hollow. I want everyone to count nice and loud.
One,
two,
three. Nice.
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
All right, count louder.
1,
1, 2, 3.
Whoa, that one there, huh? All right, let's do another one. Louder. 1, 2, 3.
I just wonder how they can aim those. Wouldn't it be kind of hard to aim?
All right, here's a good one.
Maybe ask him when he's done.
Make it loud.
1, 2.
All right.
I don't know how you
Did they
aim
use
'em.
poison in the...
Not here.
No.
Poisons are used by South American tribes, the dart frog. Here, you don't want to shoot anything big with this. They don't use poison, it's just the penetration of the dart. So if you shoot a bear with this, guess
Make 'em
what?
mad.
He's mad.
You're chased by a bear. All right, here we
How did
go.
they aim them though? Did they have problems aiming?
How about that? Now aiming this is both eyes straight down the center, okay? And so if I want to shoot something, I aim with both eyes right down the center. Watch me take out the fish. Are you ready?
Yep.
One-handed. Inches. And so blowguns were used by a lot of tribes in the southeast. No, they didn't use them for fishing. All right, one more. You ready for it?
Do it, do it, do it.
Make it loud.
1, 2, 3.
Beer.
Yeah.
All right, count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Ha! Your blowgun did better than that. Come on.
Let me try this bigger one.
You could do
Count
it.
to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Nah, it didn't do it. You better get the attle out. Let's try the attle out. You guys ready?
It's sticking in the ground.
All right, make it
I know,
loud.
but when you're trying to hit
1,
something in
2,
particular.
3.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. One more with that one, and then we'll do the other one. 1,
2, 3.
There you go.
Let me try the bending one.
All right, we got the one that bends now. Here we go.
Ready?
Yeah.
2, 3. Wow.
One more.
Here it goes.
1,
2.
3. Oh yeah. A little height there. You like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
See, I'm not
stuff
sticking in the
makes
ground,
you
guys.
bow and arrow. I'm not going to be out.
Bow and arrow,
today.
guys.
We're going to shoot some for you. I want you to count 3,
2,
1.
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Guess what? I'll make a deal with you. The louder you count, the higher up I'm going to shoot this arrow. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You better make it loud now. Hungan. 1, 2, 3. How about that? You guys want to see 2 in 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the old days. Might need 2 in 1, huh? Hungan. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, did you see
What
him?
about that?
Yeah.
What do you say we shoot 5 arrows at the same time?
Ooh.
5 arrows?
Yeah.
Who thinks I can do it?
I do.
Who don't think I can do it?
You can do it. You can do
You
it.
don't think I can do it? I'll tell you what, I'll bet you I can shoot 5 arrows at one time, behind my back, while standing on 1 foot, hopping around, one eye open, one eye shut, fingers crossed, toes curled, tongue twisted, but not forked. Are you ready?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm not ready. Takes a while to load 5 arrows. I know, I hope I can. All right, here we go.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Hungan. 1,
2,
2.
3. Whoa.
All right, everybody say bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show today, and we will have our blacksmith presenting for you right now. He's going to show some of the old qualities of blacksmith. Many of our treaties required the blacksmiths to come and fix the things that the trading post traded to us we didn't always have. And so, if you would right now, go over and check out our blacksmith. Thank you.